Man, I thought this was going to be a walk in the park. You know, Melanie's family is extremely influential. I figured they'd make a few phone calls. We'd bring in some people of influence. I'd be able to grab them and run. But we're definitely not moving nowhere near the speed that I think we should be. The other day, I kind of snuck all of this on Melanie anyway. I kind of told her that, we'll build through her family. But what I'm really trying to do is get her engaged in the business. So the other day I tell her that she needs to get a list together of people. And I don't know if she has made that list. I don't know if she's following up with the family members. I'm trying to be a little bit standoffish where she can take control of this thing and run it. I'm trying to get her to do it through intuition and just do it without me having to tell her to do it. But I'm going to have to roll up my shirt sleeves and get in here and figure out what exactly is going on and make sure she is following up with everybody. We'll see what happens. I've just got to get in here and figure it out. So, I know your mom was doing a challenge party. What happened? What happened with her challenge party? It sounds to me like it didn't actually take place. What's going on?
I think it did, but she had made a bunch of phone calls, and then one person showed up, and that person she already knew was going to get in. So one person.
Babe, listen. Will's going to be here in a couple days. You got just a couple days. Will's going to show up. He's going to show up here to figure out where we're at, how everything's going. He's going to be videoing. Have you made your list? Have you made phone calls? Are you sponsoring additional people? What are you going to tell Will? I mean, what are we going to tell him you're doing in the business?
I feel like you're laying this on me right before he gets here. Why didn't we have this conversation?
Well, I asked you a month ago to make a list.
Yeah, and you told me to make that list, but you also said, make the list. There was no further instructions, and you knew, both you and I were in just like a funk. The kids, we found a note, and the kids and your daughter were just gone. That was like really hurtful.
Babe, I know. I know there's a lot going on in life, but it doesn't stop the fact that we're shooting a show. It's tough. It's difficult. You've been with me for 2 years. You know what to do with the list. You don't need me to tell you every single thing to do with the list. If your mom and them's not performing, we got a show that's got to be shot. You need to make a list of people and start calling.
Then you communicate that with me. You don't just assume that I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but we've got to do something. We've got to move forward. The family business isn't growing at the rate that it should be growing. And I know that puts a lot of pressure on you, babe, but the bottom line is they're shooting a show, and we can't look like a bunch of idiots, and so we've got to move forward. The alternative is I'm going to have to literally just get out there and go to work and sponsor people myself, and it won't be family anymore. Now it's going to be just building a business.
I understand that. You have to do what you have to do, but don't place this all on me. What we had talked about in the beginning was that we worked through my family. There was no further instructions. I can't emphasize that enough. What are you telling me? What are you saying?
Babe, what I'm trying to do is this is bigger than what I've probably told you. I want us to be together in ViSalus. No one in ViSalus is ever going to receive instruction from you unless you've done it. And so I'm trying to, and I probably should have had this dialogue with you, but I didn't want to have it. I was trying to do it a different way. What I want is for you to do it, to gain the respect of other people within ViSalus and people to come, because you're my partner. I want you to be my partner. I want you to stand by my side. You've taught me so freaking much in the last 2 years. I never dreamed I could learn so much from a person so much younger than me. You've taught me so much. You've got so much to give to this world, but they're not going to receive it based on something you've heard. They're going to receive it based on something you've done. You've got to do this to gain that respect.
I understand. And I've learned so much from you too. I mean, it's just, I don't work like that. I understand what you're trying to do. You're doing, you know, stuff you do with other people too. You know, you drop these hints and hope that they take it and run. But, you know, if we're gonna do this together, we need to have that communication. You need to be honest with me and just tell me what your motive is. If this was a test, apparently I failed.
Well, you passed. I've got to go to Texas. You've got to if you haven't got your list made, you've got to make a list. Will's going to be here. When I get back from Texas, I'm picking him up at the airport. So you've got to make something happen this weekend while I'm out in Texas. You've got to get your list and make it happen. I mean, baby, I know that we've had the world falling down on us, everything that can happened, and we had vacations and everything else that we've had planned, but we still got to go make it happen. We've got to make it happen. Don't be too pissed at me.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
So Kyle and I have been together for 2 years. We live together, and he has never done that. I mean, I feel like he's personally attacking me. Like this is my fault that that we're not where we need to be. But I cannot control my family. I've talked with my mom. I'm in constant contact with them. He told me to make a list. Yeah, but he didn't give me any further instructions on what to do with that list. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what he expects me to do. I don't work under pressure like that. I work with communication, you know. Tell me what you need me to do and I'll do it. But I mean, as with my mom, she was making a bunch of phone calls and she was getting a good response, but then a lot of stuff happened with her company, and Coldwell Banker comes before ViSalus, and I understand that, and so I can only push her as far as she can be pushed. I don't know. I can't make her have more time. I don't know what to do.
Wow. I definitely gonna have to apologize to her. I really jumped on her. I'm just stressed. I'm under the gun. You know, we've got this reality show that we're shooting around this run. I overestimated what they could accomplish, or I underestimated. I don't know. I can't even think straight when it comes to that. And I'm really taking it out on Mel. She don't deserve that. That girl's amazing. I love her. I'm going to have to go apologize to her for this, but we've got to figure this out. We've got to figure this out.